Hello, and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts Shipyard Champions once again. So today's challenge is a little bit special. Design a ship to fulfill these three categories as best as you can. The categories are aesthetics, cost effectiveness, and performance. There's a price limit depending on the tech year. So I've elected to go for 1930s, so it is limited to 400 million. However, that number is halved for every class lower. So for a battle cruiser, that would be 200 million, for a heavy cruiser 100 million, 50 for a light cruiser, and 25 for a DD. Now, I want to build a battle cruiser because, well, it's gonna be partly scored by aesthetics, and I think this is the most beautiful hull in the game. You can make some really beautiful ships based on this. So we're gonna try and build one for less than 200 million. That's not including crew training, by the way. So yeah, let's get started. Keep the speed at 37 to begin with, and we'll see how much that needs to be reduced. Now, the way this works is we're gonna send in our ships anonymously, and then we're all gonna get together in a Discord conversation, and we're gonna score them, not knowing who made which ships. So yeah, I am currently on the points ranking for Season 2 of Shipyard Champions. I am tied for second with, hold on, MoisTea Gaming. We're at 34 points. First place is Ironwolf with 38. And BroSilly not far behind us with 33 points. So yeah, a lot on the line, really. Can it fit this tower? It can. Good. That's a pretty big tower. That might have to be reduced. Let's see how much smaller. That's quite a bit smaller. And that's also quite a bit smaller. Go with that one to begin with. Saving some size, which might be needed. And what I found previously is that on this tower you can just fit 3 funnels, which of course adds helps in making the ship more beautiful, which is part of the challenge this time. I'm gonna keep training at cadets just for my budget. I am gonna test it out, so we're gonna have a battle. Let's go geared turbines 2. We're up to 95 million. How can I reduce my beam by any meaningful amount? Minus 1.6. Yeah, looks okay. Might also want to reduce my draft. So while it's not really, and I swear I have seen ships run out of fuel in custom battles, but while range is not really important for that stuff, it might be something the ship is scored on. Like it might be a factor. I don't know. Let's go for some barbettes and some guns. I might actually reduce the size of the ship to make it cheaper. $75 million now. But we haven't even tacked on most of the stuff, so that will that number will surely go up. It's for main guns. 13s are Mark IV. Which is good. That barbette was too small. And remember, it's important that this ship looks good. How about a standard barbette? It's still a bit small compared to the turret. Do I have to go for a big barbette? Well, that looks better. So we're gonna go with that. And because it is a British ship, 13.5 is, I think, a good caliber. Let's make them 55s. Oh. Yeah. Because that's a round number. I do have 4-weight offset though. Let's try and find an even smaller secondary tower. Four-weight offset, 14%. Might just have to live with a weight offset. Because I don't think any of these other towers can fit 3 funnels. Which is obviously a very important factor of this ship. Let's go for some stuff, and again, a lot of this might be reduced to save cost. Once you start adding the radar, things get, it's up to almost 150 million already. I'm gonna go with soft capped and capped ballistic. Tube powder 2, TNT 2. Make it not explode. Electrical 2. Coincidence 5. Radar 2. Okay, we're getting up there with the cost. There we are, over limit. A little bit cheaper. And there it shrank a bit more. perhaps too much. I think that's the limit. Because when it shrinks, it seems to only shrink the part ahead of this ledge here. It doesn't shrink the aft part, which obviously is going to make it harder to balance out. Do we add a radio? Advanced radio? We can see about that. We haven't done the secondaries yet. Let's go down to that one and that one. Maybe also semi-auto instead of auto. Not just the best of everything. That also saves quite a bit, but Radar 2 is a pretty good upgrade over Radar 1. Now let's do the armor. I like 15 inches on my battlecruisers. I like to have some fore and aft belt. Some deck armor is also not bad. We are now over the limit. But we can see about reducing that somehow. I might even go with double barrel turrets instead of triples. Also because I think that would look better. Now we are well over the limit. That reduced it somewhat. If I go with regular gear turbines, 216, 219. It's not a big downgrade. Oil 1 makes very little difference. Semi-oil actually more expensive. We'll go with Citadel 4. That does reduce the armor cost. Might also go with Crep 4. That did quite a bit, actually. Ship is now overweight. Yeah, let's see about swapping these for double turrets. Yeah, it saves quite a bit of weight and some money. So we're gonna go with this. Now we have some budget to play with, which is great. And there we go, almost balanced by adding some armor. Not bad, not bad. We can bump that back up to auxiliary 3. Can we bump this back up to... no, we cannot. Although it does add... it does make my armor better. I almost... yeah, I think for a 1930s British battlecruiser, having Krupp 4 instead of Krupp 5 probably quite thematic, which might give me a better grade. I don't know. Let's add some 4-inch guns. Let's make them 4.2. No, these won't fit. Oh, that's not 4.2, that's 4.9, because it has to be 0.2. Oh, they still don't fit. We can add some here. Now, these can now also be armored, because they're 4 point something. I can tuck this in a bit, make it look a little bit better, in my opinion. Now, 2-inch guns. They can fit quite a few places. And they do help kind of fill in the ship, so to speak. Make it look less empty. I'll make these 4-inch guns a little bit longer. 32. That is kind of short. 35. It's kind of a rounder number. Can I go up to auto 1 now without breaking the bank? Yes, I can. We have 4-weight offset. Let's bump that back there. If I make it veterans, the cost goes up by a lot. Let's see. Crew. So if I read it correctly, even at cadets, crew is costing me 28, almost 29 million. So if the budget is not including crew, the actual cost limit is 129 million. 229 million, I mean. Let's name it HMS. HMS Compromise. Because that's kind of what this is. Any more places I can stuff these 2-inch guns? I can stick them in here. Because why not? Yeah, let's go with this. 198 million. Almost 199. Just before we finish, I want to just add some inches to the 15.7. Can I make it? No, not 15.8. Maybe if I remove those. $15.8 for the main belt. That's not bad. That's as close as I get. So let's bump it up to veterans. Save design. And let's go take it for a spin against a random AI design. See how it does. It is, well, it is compromised in many ways. But I don't think it's a terrible ship. Alright, we are back. And there were some changes to the challenge. Because, well, it was correctly pointed out in the Shipyard Champions Discord that if we did it the way it was originally planned, where we would just all get into a Discord call and grade each other's ships, well, there would be it would be difficult to actually make YouTube content out of. So it was changed. We still sent in the ships we made, so someone has to fight my 1930s British battlecruiser with a 1930s battlecruiser of their own. I don't know who, because it was all done anonymously this time. And I picked the Tirpitz for my opponent. It is a 1940s German battleship. So yeah, I have to make a 1940s battleship of my own. Budget is 800 million for a 1940s battleship, which is, well, it's more than the budget I had for my British battlecruiser, which was, I think, 200 million. So yeah, got some money to spend on this thing. I don't know what the Tirpitz is. I'm assuming it's a super battleship because it's German 90s, 1940s, or maybe not actually. I think it would be 800 million is a lot, but not for a super battleship, so maybe not. Let's design a ship. I went with American because why not? Let's clear away this design first. Can I go with Modern Battleship 3, perhaps? Maryland, 33 knots. The budget is with crew training as set at 0, because crew is not included in the budget. Let's see how far big I can make it and still not break the bank. And with Diesel 2 I'm already halfway there. Is this one of those towers that won't fit if I reduce the beam? It is. Minus 1.5 is enough. Can reduce the draft a little bit. -5. Let's get a secondary tower on here. And a couple of funnels. Yeah, when I designed my British battlecruiser, that was with the original challenge in mind. So I did not make it reduced range, because I figured that the way we would grade it in the original planned Discord call was to kind of think of it as, would this be a good ship in a campaign? So I'm kind of wanna stick with this here as well. I'm not sure how the Tirpitz is in that regard, but do I want to try 20s again? And hope not to have my stuff flash fired this time. Like with the previous challenge. Yeah, we're gonna try 20s. Still got money to spend. Although the budget is ramping up quickly, as you can see. Don't think torpedoes will be a problem. Citadel 5 is expensive. Citadel 4, 673. 723. Yeah, that's... What kind of pen do I get? What kind of range do I get? Pen is very good. Range is also pretty good. If I go triple base and TNT2, what is my flash fire chance? 6.1%. 0. 0.5. It does nerf my range a bit. Coincidence. Radar. Oh, we have broken the bank. The bank is broken. Good gear turbines. Okay, the bank is no longer broken. Let's make them 55s. Does that ruin my deck pen? It's still pretty good deck pen. And my range is pretty good. So that means fighting at range might be an option. Unless the Tirpitz is also optimized for super long range fighting. Yeah, we got displacement to spare. 11 inches of main deck. How much can I add to the turret roof? That was my Achilles heel last week. Ship is now overweight. If I make it 32 knots, ship is overweight and over budget. What do I want to reduce here? Let's go down on the turret armor a bit. Let's go 10 inches of main deck, and with the added Citadel deck, I'm just hoping it's not going to be a huge problem. So 145 versus 140. Okay, that's a pretty nice reduction in the cost. So yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that. I do want some belt armor. Oh, okay, now we're overweight. Overweight again. Let's go 16. I can find a way to make back my my money. Actually, I'm thinking that with the Citadel inner deck armor, because the shell does lose a lot of penetrating power by the time it gets to these layers. 8 inches might be enough. 4.5 deck though, don't need to be that hefty. Yeah, we are under budget. If I go up to Modern 2, I'm still under budget. And I save some weight. Now, I do want some secondaries because it would kind of feel like being a bit too cheesy if I didn't. Even though I don't think they're gonna matter in this context. But I designed my British battlecruiser with the idea of it looking good. In mind. So I'm not sure if that is the case with the Tirpitz. Got a bit of an aft weight offset. We can set that right. Any other places to put the twin 3-inch guns that are not in the way of any of my turrets? No. Let's put some 2-inch guns in different places. Let's reduce some more stuff and put some more weight into armor. Because I'm just assuming the enemy battleship probably has some armor. I want to go up to 20 on the turret faces again. Yeah, pen is pretty good. Even got decent chance of getting at 35,000 meters, almost 20 inches of HE pen deck armor. So if the Tirpitz has skimped on its deck armor, there might be a chance to get something going. That's just over the limit. Let's see about reducing this aft weight offset. That should bring me under budget as well. If I can just bring the Citadel in a little bit. I can't really get it closer. Aft weight offset, yeah, still. I can go down on the aft belt, actually. That will also reduce my my cost. Five inches on the aft belt. .8 on the fore belt. Yeah, that works. I can't really move this superstructure any further forwards than it already was, because then it wouldn't fit. Yeah, 20-inch guns. Again, probably bigger than I need. But this time, with a 0% flash fire chance. Thanks to the combination of Tube Powder 3 and TNT 2. I could also bring that down further with Citadel 5, which is lighter, but it does break the bank. And Citadel 4 does give me other benefits, like resistance. So that's why I picked it. Now, $7.99, just under budget. Crew training not included, so let's bring those up to veterans and fight, hopefully, the Tirpitz. Yes, Tirpitz. So we get the right enemy and the right ship. We've been spotted. Enemy has been spotted. What kind of range does the Tirpitz have? Okay. 49.8 kilometers, 17-inch guns. So not much of a range advantage after all. They've got three quadruple 17-inch guns. So 12 in total against my 8 20-inch guns. So it should be quite the even fight. Can I stay out of their range? Okay, we've scored a hit. They are not firing back. Yeah, they are. Here they come. let's get a thumbnail. Like so, I guess. Actually, let's do it like that. Yeah, looks good enough. So far we scored 1 hit. 2 hits. That was a bit more impactful. Ooh! Oh yeah, that's what I am talking about. Ooh, that hurt quite a bit as well. They've got an engine out. Yeah, 17s are quite big. The damage main gun didn't explode though. Even though they're smaller than 20-inch guns, they're still kind of at the point where you have a hard time armoring against them. Without just putting all your displacement into armor. 40% identified. Will we get to fully identify it before blowing it up? Got a 4% chance to hit. Actually, no, it's probably more than that because it just fired. Oh, the enemy has ceased fire. Let's put it on aggro. Should probably have just gone with stereoscopic if I was gonna fight at this kind of range instead of coincidence rangefinder. No, they are still firing. I don't know if it didn't say it. I don't think battle time means much, but it's probably still the oh, there we go, good hits. The tiebreaker. So yeah, there it sank. Flooding. Not identified. However, if I can guess who made it, I also get a point. It's kind of hard when it's not identified, but it's probably okay to look at it in the shared design viewer after you've played the battle. Let's find Germany. 1940. Turpits. Yeah, also just under budget. Although under budget with the crew training, so that's quite impressive. I hope I didn't accidentally cheat. But it was asked and clarified that the budget did not include crew. Gas turbines. Minus draft, minus beam. No torpedo belt. Also no range. But they did also add some secondaries. So it's not like as if it's a completely min-maxed design. Who made this? Stereoscopic 5. Rangefinder. Tube powder 3, TNT 4. What's the chance to explode on this? Also 0%. I'm guessing Ironwolf? For no like particular reason, but that's my guess. So if that's correct, I do get a point. I don't think it's Munro because it's got quad turrets. Probably not stealth. Although, maybe? Nah, probably not. Yeah, I'm guessing Ironwolf. This is where I wish I'd taken notes of Ulairi's like intel reports at the end of each of his episodes. Yeah, but that's it for this week's Shipyard Champions. The points for this this week might not be totaled into the season scoreboard because of the mix-up and the confusion with the original challenge. So this was kind of a last-minute just something to let us make some content out of it. But anyway, it was fun fighting the Turpits. Although again, it's kind of a how the AI does things. If it had been a human-controlled ship, 8 guns all forward like this would be a bit more tricky. Yeah, it's pretty nice, even with the crew training, getting it under budget. Not bad. Goodbye, and take care.